Today I'm in Chichen Itza, one of the 7 wonders of the world. And the reason I'm here is because I'm so impressed by what the Mayans have built that I wanted to make a video here. So I've driven about 4 hours to get here, drove from Cancun all the way here, and here's why I'm making this video. People have limiting beliefs, but guess what? You have the most powerful computer in the world right here. And it's capable of truly accomplishing anything you want. The key is to believe that you can. But your limiting beliefs are going to get in the way of that. So in this video, I'm going to give you 3 steps that will allow you to identify, change, and act on your new empowering beliefs. So you get rid of your limiting beliefs and you act on your empowering beliefs. Enjoy. So your limiting beliefs, these are the things that stop you from having anything you've wanted. You want to be more successful in your relationships. You want to have a better social circle. You want to just make more money. Whatever it may be, and you want to do it quickly, the thing stopping you is your belief of how it can get done. Here's how the mind works. If you believe it's possible, the brain is so powerful, it's so resourceful that it'll find a way. Anytime you might have been in a situation where maybe you're not going to make your bills or something's coming up, a deadline, and somehow it always works out. Well, why does it always work out? It works out because your mind is so powerful that anytime you have limiting beliefs, they can get eradicated when you're focused on the outcome. The problem I see people have, truly, is that they're not even willing to focus on the outcome. They don't believe it's possible because their limiting beliefs literally mask their ability to do it. So to identify what your limiting beliefs look like, I want you to think about the biggest, most wildest dream you could possibly think of right now and give yourself the excuse. What is the excuse for why I can't accomplish this? Is the excuse because I don't believe it's possible, I don't have the talent, the knowledge, the skill? Me? I'm not able to do that. I'm just a normal person. Your brain has different levels. Ironically, the less limiting beliefs you have, the more your brain can process. It's kind of like overclocking a CPU, which means that you're turning up the amount of information the computer, right, the brain of a computer can take in. So every computer in the world has a CPU, and if you overclock it, you get it to process more, well, it's got more potential. Now you can overclock your brain. The way to do this is by eradicating the limitations. Limiting beliefs are almost kind of like speed bumps in your thinking process. They tell you, no, don't go there. They're like barriers. They tell you, hey, stay on the road, stay on the path. On the path that you've been taught is right. The reason I'm doing this video here in Chichen Itza is because thousands of years ago, Mayans, people who were using stones, rocks, simple things, zero computers, zero technology, were able to accomplish insane things because they set their mind to it. Now, the reason I bring up that example is because if we were to do something like this today and we set our mind to it, we could probably do it even better, even faster, and have it stick around a lot longer because we have more technology. The difference is a lot of people say that they don't have the resources. I disagree with this statement. I truly believe that there's millions of ways to get to the same outcome. The question isn't whether or not, hey, can I get there? The question is, which path do I want to take? Of course, the path that's the shortest is the one that you should want to take. But in order to see the path, in order to not be stuck and go where everyone else has told you to go, you have to remove the blindfold, the limiting beliefs. You have to get the barriers out of the way to be able to see, hey, am I taking the long way? And if you have limiting beliefs, the answer to that question is yes, you are taking the long way. So how do you overcome them? First of all, you got to become aware of them. How do you become aware of them? You think big. If I set a big goal, this is what I'm doing. I'm going to start this business. I'm going to take it to the next level. I'm going to be a billionaire. Whatever the goal is, what's your brain going to say? Whatever it says, if it says, yeah, let's do it, fuck it. And then you start taking action, boom, you're in alignment, no limiting beliefs around that thought. Problem I see is that people have so many limiting beliefs around something like that, that they might say, no, it's not possible, or let's start small. Let me start here and then work my way up. Those are limiting beliefs. Those are things that may eventually get you there, but are taking the longest possible path. If you want the shortcut, you have to say, okay, if I were already there, how would I need to think? This is what people don't get. It's not what do I need to know, it's how do I need to think. If you think in the right way, you're going to get the right outcome. The problem people have is that they don't even think about it. If you set a big goal, how long did you spend thinking about how you're going to be a billionaire? Did you spend 2 minutes saying how and then give up? Or did you think about it for months and years and dedicate your mind to developing into the person who can create that? Every billionaire that ever became a billionaire thought about it for years. They didn't just go, I'm a billionaire, but in thinking about it over and over and over again, you're creating the mindset that allows you to go there. Don't sit there and dwell on what's not possible. Don't focus on all the limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs, in my opinion, are like a virus. It's like a cancer. And if you don't attack it when you become aware of it, right? Imagine your immune system saw cancer and it just ignored it. the cancer would spread and you would die. Well, that same cancer is a limiting belief. That limiting belief is a virus that was somehow planted in your mind sometime in your life, through culture, through experience, through your past, and now it spreads. It spreads into your dreams. It kills your dreams. It's a cancer that kills your dreams, it kills your future, it kills your quality of life, and it kills the amount of effort you have to put in to get something that's just much better. Like, imagine a car revving. It has to rev all the way up to 10,000 RPM, even if, assuming it can do that, right? Like a race car revving up to like thousands and thousands of RPM, just to be able to get a little bit of power because it's not built correctly or it's inefficient. There's no compression. Similarly, why would you put in all this energy and effort when you could do way less and get way more? It's about efficiency. So limiting beliefs make you inefficient. They make you work harder. They make you think in a way that is totally crippling and handicapping your success. What I'd invite you to do now is to think big and ask yourself, what beliefs pop up? Now here's the thing. How do you eradicate those limiting beliefs? Now I'm aware of them. How do I get rid of them? Here's the answer to that question. In order to get rid of your limiting beliefs, you have to ask yourself two things. One, have I ever done something that disproves this? For example, making money is hard. Well, have I ever in my life made money easily? If the answer to that question is yes, boom, limiting belief is not true. It's not true all the time. There are times where it's not true, therefore it can't be a belief. It has to be a thing that could happen, but it doesn't mean it's reality. The second thing you ask is, if I've never made money easily, well, has someone else ever made money easily? The answer to that question, of course, is yes. So for the most part, there's always been someone else who's done the thing you're looking to do and has mastered it and done it easily. Now, when does something get hard? People are always like, it's hard to be successful. I think it's hard if you don't love what you do. I think it's hard if you're not passionate about the future. Problem is, people aren't passionate. Like, I have friends that have made so much money recently and they want to stop. They don't like their job because they're focused on the money, not the actual thing. What you need to do is get creative. You got to say, hey, without limiting beliefs, how can I do the thing I love and make a bunch of money? Now, I'm not telling you if you're like a singer or something and your voice is shit. I'm not telling you, hey, go be a pop star, that's your dream. You gotta be somewhat realistic, right? So what's the fine line between dreaming big, thinking big, and being realistic? Being realistic is this. Unfortunately, if you don't have legs, you're not gonna be in the NBA, okay? It's not gonna happen. You're not gonna be in the Olympics for that sport. You're just not gonna run track. You're not gonna run the 100 by Usain Bolt. It's not a thing. So being realistic is, are there physical limitations, not to where you are, but to who you are? And even then, I have a friend, his name is Nick. He's got no legs, he's got one arm, he's got one finger on that arm, and he does more. He literally takes more steps than most people. 30% of Americans are obese. He walks more than 30% of Americans every day, and he has no legs. Tell me, what's his excuse? Well, the thing is, he has way less limiting beliefs than most people. And that's why he's able to do what he does. He speaks on stage with Tony Robbins. He's incredible. So the reason I bring him up is because he's a marvelous example of what people are capable of. The most powerful tool you have is in here. It's your mind. And if you use your mind correctly, anything is possible. So once you ask yourself, has anyone else done this before me? Is anyone else capable of doing this, or have they accomplished this? They will. First person to run a 4-minute mile, that same week, 12 other people ran a 4-minute mile because their limiting belief around it shattered. So that's step 2, right? Step 1, think big, see what comes up. Step 2, ask yourself, well, from the things that came up, have I ever done something that disproves this? Or has someone I know or have seen that's ever existed disprove this? And the answer is probably yes. So now what do? Well, the third thing is you got to turn these thoughts into actions. Now that I say, okay, well, my limiting beliefs are this, they're not true. What is true then? Well, if I think the way that someone who makes money easily per se thought, I'm going to make the money. I'm going to think differently. In athletics, a lot of people are like, oh, I'm just not athletic. No, you have to realize these athletes you see that are performing at insane amounts, they are working their ass off. Now, there are some people who are more athletic than others. There are some people who work harder than others. But for the most part, there are some athletes that just outwork everyone else. They're in the gym, they're on the track, they're eating better, and that is causing them to perform better than everyone else. You think Michael Phelps didn't have an insane work ethic? Of course he did. So what makes someone a champion isn't just what you were given, it's also how you take care of yourself. So if I do what everyone else has done and I think the way they've thought, I'm bound to get close or damn near further than I'm gonna be. Why? They have a better software. They just are more efficient, they think better, and that's the key. So for those of you who are watching this, the thing I would invite you to do is to truly think big, understand your limiting beliefs, and take action on it. Decide, these are my new beliefs, these are new empowering beliefs, and on top of that, how do I now take this and do something with it? What actions can I take from this perspective? If I, for example, want to start a business and I think making money is hard, what would I do? I might think smaller. I might sit there and be like, oh no, I can't do this and I'll charge less. But if I now don't have that limiting belief, I might charge way more. I might go into an industry, a completely different industry, where the numbers are huge, millions of dollars, and there's a lot more room for growth. So if you like this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up, comment below, and subscribe. And for those of you watching, if you haven't yet gotten a free gift from me, I'd like to invite you to follow me on Instagram after you subscribe. You follow me, you send me an Instagram DM, and you send me the word DYD. It stands for Dominate Your Day. This is a hypnosis audio where I hypnotize you to eradicate your limiting beliefs, make you way more confident, consistent, and motivated so you can be way more successful. So it's a free hypnosis audio I'm gonna give to you. It's not actually free, but it's gonna be free for you when you send me a DM on Instagram with the word DYD. My team will send it to you, and you'll be hypnotized every single day. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next video.